What up, internet? It's Dylan Alexander, and I felt like dropping this message off on you guys real quick. It was heavy on my heart and spirit, and it's a great reminder that helped me out recently, and I think it'll do the same for you. And that is, you have to protect your spirit, man, and you got to protect your eyes. What do I mean by that? Well, you got to protect what you take in visually, and not just that, also audibly through what you hear. And of course, what you consume, period. Right? Food, etc. These things, man, are going to be what makes or breaks you in this life. And people take it for granted. You know, I'm sure you guys get on social media and you might feel the same way that I do sometimes, where I just feel this overstimulation and you feel a lot of negativity most of the time. Well, you're not alone in that. I also feel the same way. And I have people that I follow as well that have reminded me of this. Shout out to Dr. E. Harlan Scott. He mentioned this on his No Gloves Off show. Man, y'all go check out his channel. Drops a lot of great game. But this really made a difference for me personally about protecting your eyes as a man, right? Especially when you don't want to be out here just frivolously releasing your energy via sex and porn, masturbation, etc. These things, man, they're no good. I know we all know this, right? You should know this by now. And recently I've seen I don't know if you guys paid attention to like Twitter or X or just any social media. I'm sure you've heard of what is the Goonicide. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this is this dude. It's a really unfortunate situation. But this guy who apparently was drove up to this drive-through. I believe it's like a Hooters drive-through, right? Apparently this guy drove up to this drive-through in his and he had no pants on, and he was just kind of just overly horny and just embarrassed himself, right? I don't know how it happened. Allegedly, somebody was recording a video of this, him driving up with no pants on in his car. I guess looking to get serviced in some sort of way. This is all new to me. I've never heard of a drive-through Hooters, by the way. This is weird. But what I'm bringing this up for is that this guy was very, very, I guess the new kids call it gooning, where you're just overly into, jerking it, for lack of a better term. And it's not funny, but it's very unfortunate. But I guess this guy came up, he had plans on just getting his rocks off, and it didn't work out in his favor. And even more so, it didn't work out in an extent that this guy was embarrassed, because of course he was recorded and it went everywhere online. And news came out a few days later that this guy killed himself, right? See, and I don't know if I gotta censor these words. You know how these platforms, they just wanna shut your channel down from saying the truth. But I don't care, man. They're gonna have to take me out if I wanna see them do something. I need proof of it. But anyways, he offed himself, right? And I also read somewhere again, man, on social media, some other cats who were just too deep into the PMO, the corn, the masturbation, the just releasing. And another cat like offed himself allegedly, right? And that just had me thinking how these people, man, these fellows, man, these guys are falling victim to their own lower nature to such an extent that it's leading them down this dark path, almost like you're a werewolf, man. You ever like see those old werewolf movies where like once you like you the monster comes out, you just can't control it? Like the Incredible Hulk, man. You just become this monster for a short moment and you can't control your lower animal, this raging animal. And then after it's all said and done, then you go back to your normal form and you look up and you see all this destruction that's happened and you don't even know like what happened, right? It's very sad, it's wicked, and it's like, yeah, people laugh at it, whatever, but it's when you really think about it, it's disturbing. And it's like, what are we doing out here, guys? You know, look, man, I'm here for you guys, man. I want to see you guys do great. Anybody that's following my channel, even if you don't follow my channel, you're just a human being, man. You're just out here trying to live, man. You're just trying to survive, man. Life is hard, especially as a man. It's hard out here. All right, it's hard alone. And the fact of the matter is, these guys are out here, they got we all have sexual urges and desires, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That means you're a healthy human being. You're supposed to have that. It's one of the most powerful forces on earth. And if you can learn to hone it and control it, you can use that to take you further than you've ever thought. But unfortunately, we live in this world that promotes us releasing that energy in an artificial manner. And that leaves us lonely and feeling disgusted with ourselves and down these dark rabbit holes of sexual perversion and deviancy that can just ruin our lives if we don't control it. I've seen it happen. I've had those moments in my life where I just go down those dark holes of just giving into that lower nature and going on the internet and getting that quick fix and looking up things that I shouldn't be looking up. And it's just like, what am I doing? Like, you just feel disgusted afterwards. We've all been there. I mean, most of us have, unfortunately. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish it was like uh, a fringe thing that is like rare, but it's not rare. It's like entirely too common, right? And so I say all of that to say, man, you have to protect what you consume mentally, your mind, like your visual inputs, the things you hear. Everything matters, man. Everything that you consume adds up to who you are. It adds up to your character. It adds up to the life you're living. Everything you take in counts towards something. So I just want to remind you guys to really be conscious about what you decide to consume, man, because I've been there. Trust me. I'm saying this as a guy that's been down those dark holes. Don't think that you're like some weirdo or nothing. Like, no, you're a victim of this, man. And you need to understand that. And once you understand that you're a victim of it, you need to take charge and take control of your life, because you control your destiny if you choose to. I had a something hit me the other day, man. A quote, um, almost like the Holy Spirit, man. It was the select few who can remain focused in a world of distractions will rule over the unfocused masses. And this is so true in the fact that, man, this world is it's like a circus of just constant stimulation hitting us from every angle. you can't get away from it if you live in a first world country. If you live in a world, in a country that's, you know, heavily attached to social media. But you can't escape it. It's up to you. It's really all about choices, man. It's about decisions. It's about deciding what you want in this life, man. And I'm not saying anybody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I've had my ups and downs. I've struggled with so many things in life, and many things I've had to learn the hard way on my own. Many things I've learned from other people's mistakes, which is really the best way to learn, uh, to avoid making those mistakes and bumping your head and, you know, delaying the time from you getting from where you are now to the place you want to be. If you can learn from others' mistakes, man, you can get there way faster. And that's my whole point. You guys, I really want to see you guys get focused, man. I want to see more focused people, more focused men, especially, because it's just a circus out here. Like, think about it, man. Corn hasn't existed. It hasn't been around forever. It's a pretty new thing, and the fact that it's been around my whole lifetime and yours as well, it's been around our whole lifetime, and it does nothing good for us. It makes you see women differently in a way that's just negative. It makes, you know, OnlyFans is really, really too popular and used in such a way. I can't even believe that men pay women to subscribe to their OnlyFans. I can't even fathom that. That's crazy. But I do understand it, because once you're like super horned out, it's like you're not even yourself anymore. You're like it's like this dark spirit takes over you. So I'm saying this as a man who has pretty recently conquered that dark spirit and got it out of me, that lustful demon, that lustful spirit. You got to get it up out you, man. I recommend, what helped me is just praying, whether you're religious or not. Take a moment to really just pray and ask the Most High to get that lustful spirit up off you. Because otherwise, I mean, if you can't just get it off of you just with just sheer willpower, you gotta go to a higher power. You need some help. You need a higher power to help you out. Because I know you want to get it up off you. I mean, you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't want that. And I'm just giving you some good game right now. Get your prayer on, man. Take a moment, meditate, whatever. You just get in a quiet spot, man, and just really focus on setting an intention to really want to get that up off of you. Because that's what helped me. Whatever problem you really have that you feel like you're helpless in, hey man, say what you want about the Bible, man. The Bible is full of gems. There's some strange stuff in it too. I'll admit that. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I don't know about that. But take the good in it. Take the parts that are like really helpful and apply them in your life and just try it out. See what happens, man. Because otherwise, whatever you're doing right now is not working. And I'm just telling you, man, this helps. You know, man, there was this cartoon, this like an 80s or 90s cartoon, man, that my man, the Shaved Lion King, man. Shout out to Shaved Lion King's channel, man. I mess with dude heavy, man. He's really heavy on the semen retention community, man, and he's been consistently posting, and you know, he's a great force in this world. And he posted a video, man. He streamed it live. It's this movie. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but go check out his channel. recently he posted the movie um, maybe a few weeks ago from today. It was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And man, that movie changed my life. The concept of the movie was essentially what's going on today, of the cycles of life, of the boom and bust of civilizations that you know were ran by people who believed in God and were praying, and they were all on the same page, and they were more positive and not living in basically hell on earth like we are now. Like now it's pretty much hell on earth. There's so much negativity and degeneracy, and I see it every day, and I just it's like I have to, my guard is always up when I'm just out in the world doing business, dealing with women, uh on social media, just dealing with people, and it just feels like I'm always at war with people and life. And I feel like there's only a few people that I really can mesh with, that I don't have to be at war with, right? And that's not my nature, man. I remember being a child, being like 5 years old, and just being happy, and just naturally just being happy for no reason, just happy, right? Like I'm 5 and I'm like a little angel. And I remember like driving with my mother in the car many times, where I'm driving in the back seat, I'm just happy, enjoying life, right? And my mom's in the front, and she's just mad and like yelling at people in traffic, road rage, and talking shit about, oh, don't be like that homeless guy. You don't want to, and it's just all the, and I'm not shitting on my mother. I love my mother. She's a good woman. But just I use that as an example to show that I was pure, and I remember being pure, and I remember at that time, like, why is she tripping? Like, relax, relax. Like, life is good. We're all alive. We're driving. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. Relax. I'm sure you guys probably have memories like that too, when you were a child and you were just positive, you're just happy for no reason. And I still got that in me. I know that kid, that little kid, the happiness is there. He's still in there. But now I'm an adult, and it's like I get it. I see what she was like tripping on. Like, the world is so crazy, and if you're not careful, it can drive you insane and have you, kind of dim your light. And I don't want that, man. I want my light to shine bright. I don't know about y'all. And that's why I'm practicing retention, man. I've been practicing retention for shit 5 years plus now. Not saying straight been holding it, but I retain as best as I can. And shit, lately I'm really really locked in at the moment. I'm not really, I'm talking to women, but I'm not really sleeping with them like that. And I'm so, and the big thing that has really helped me out, and I want to just end it with this, man. I've just cut off out all these like lustful thoughts. Like, the lustful thoughts is what controls us, man. The lustful thoughts is what it takes you off the deep end, and it just gets you off the path, versus you having like something positive to think about and work on. Like, we need to focus, man. Like that quote that I gave you guys. Like, take heed of that, man. Focus, fellas. Especially women. I understand women may not have potentially a purpose that they're aiming for. I think women's purpose should be a man, and to help him out and assist, as the Bible states, help me. But men, we gotta focus, man, because if you ain't focused, you're up to no good. Period. The if you are not focused, man, you're more than likely up to no good. You're BSing with life. You're gonna let vices get a grip of you and control you, and you're not gonna be able to be having full control of your life. And that's what the devil wants. And I'm here to get the message of the Most High and tell you, man, cut all that out. Get focused, man. All right? I hope this message lights a fire up under you, man. And I want to see y'all be greater. And I'm going to be here, man. I got to get these videos cranked out. I like this format, just dropping videos. Going live is cool, but I'm going to get back to how I started this channel, man. Just dropping videos on y'all head tops. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching. And I look forward to us killing it this year and beyond. Peace.